Happy birthday! What's that? The robots became sentient and they took over City Hall. What do they want? They want people to like and subscribe? Oh, not my channel? Whose channel? They've got their own. What kind of content do they make? Tech reviews. All right. I'm going to be here in 20 minutes. Do we have time to finish the video? All right. Happy birthday! Hello BookTube, I'm Jonathan and welcome to Words in Time. Now in today's video, we are celebrating a year of Words in Time and a year of discussing sci-fi books with you guys. Now I do actually have a few tag questions to answer. I was tagged by Liam's Lyceum, so thank you Liam for remembering my BookTube birthday. So question number one, how many years on BookTube are you celebrating? So it's 1 year down for Words in Time, and I know some of you are interested, so I'll give you a couple of quick stats. I uploaded 92 videos this year, so I was pretty consistent. I got quite close to reaching my target of 2 videos per week. And we also reached 1,694 subscribers and 69,216 views. So it's been awesome to see this little sci-fi community grow. I really appreciate all the support, and I do actually have some plans to make the channel even bigger and better in year 2. I'm looking forward to helping build this sci-fi community of ours and can't wait to share those plans with you very soon. Question 2, how have you changed from your first video to now? So when I started the channel, I wanted to record all of my videos in one take, just because I wanted the channel to have a kind of casual conversational flow to it. But after a while, I decided to break the videos into chunks where I could cut and edit them down if I needed to, just because I wanted to keep the energy up, keep it a bit snappier for you guys. If I can cut an 11-minute video down to 9 minutes, that's an extra 2 minutes for you guys to be reading sci-fi books. And secondly, when I started the channel, I was using a ring light to hold my camera, which meant when I was looking at the camera, I was also looking at the ring light, which meant you could get a little bit of reflection in my glasses. Hopefully it wasn't too bad, but I got a couple of comments about it. So I bought a separate tripod, so now I can look at the camera and the light's over here, and I got good feedback on that. So hopefully you guys like the new setup. Question 3, what are 3 of your favorite videos that you've made in the past year and why? So I've really enjoyed all the collaboration videos I've done with other booktubers, but to pick 3 of the videos that I've made, I'll start with one that was called These 4 Authors Changed My Life. And the reason why I really liked this one was because it was a very personal video. I shared some reasons why those authors had a big impact on me as a person, me as a reader, shared some of my favorite quotes. So I really enjoyed getting to share that with you. I hope you guys enjoyed watching that one as well. Next, I made a video called These Sci-Fi Books Won Your Vote. And this one was a bit of fun to do. In a previous video, I had you guys vote on which Hugo Award winners I should add to my TBR. And then for this one, I made a little bit of an awards ceremony for it, wore a tuxedo in order to announce the winners. So if you haven't checked that one out, go watch that. That was a bit of fun watching me get dressed up to talk about some Hugo Award winning sci-fi books. And thirdly, I made a video called Should You Read the Hyperion Cantos? So this was a lot of fun to make because Hyperion is one of my favorite series of all time, and I see a lot of question, a lot of discussion about Hyperion online, about the 2 different duologies. So I was able to answer some questions about that and recommend what type of readers I think should pick it up. So if you're interested in the Hyperion Cantos, definitely go check that one out as well. Question 4, what's your most popular video? So if by most popular you mean has the most views, which if you go to YouTube and sort by most popular, that's what it means. At the moment it is my top 5 Kurt Vonnegut books video, which has around 4.1 thousand views. Kurt Vonnegut, one of my all-time favorite sci-fi writers, so I loved talking about some of my favorite Vonnegut books. And I also did another video, my top 10 Kurt Vonnegut quotes, so I really enjoyed making those ones. Although I will say I do have another book, 10 sci-fi book recommendations, which currently has around 3.6 thousand views, but based on the average weekly, monthly views, I think that one might catch up to the Kurt Vonnegut video very soon. So I hope you enjoyed that one. If you haven't seen it, the structure is if you like this, try this. So if you're looking for some sci-fi book recommendations, you might enjoy that one. Question 5, what have you struggled with on BookTube in the last year? So I don't think this is necessarily a bad thing. I think it's a part of the creative process. But when you start a BookTube channel, a good thing is that there's kind of an inbuilt structure for you there with book reviews, TBR videos, book hauls, book tags, things like that. But after a little while, I started to think, okay, what can I do to stand out? What can I do to show my personality, make the channel a bit different and as fun as it can be? So as you try to come up with unique or original ideas, it's a lot of fun. Sometimes it's hard to come up with things. Sometimes it doesn't always work the way you wanted it to, but sometimes it does, and that's really rewarding. So I think that's a great thing about YouTube, BookTube, is that I get to talk about sci-fi books and also try and come up with a creative way to do that and have fun making those videos and discussing these awesome sci-fi books with you guys. Question 6, have you had to deal with any negative feedback or comments? So luckily, I think the book community is pretty cool. Usually any negative kind of comments has typically been directed towards the books and not so much myself, which is rather fortunate. Just a couple of comments like, that book's trash. And that's cool. I mean, if we all gave every book the same score, we all had the same top 10 list, discussion on BookTube would be a little bit boring. I think the discourse could be a little bit more engaging if you perhaps elaborated on your thoughts, but if you just think it's trash, that's cool by me. Question 7, shout out a huge supporter of your channel. So it's hard to pick just one person because I do read and reply to all the comments, and I really appreciate anyone that watches or comments on any of my videos, especially all of the regulars. But one person that I definitely know comments a lot and has quite a memorable username, and that is Tufty McTavish. Love the username, Tufty, appreciate all your support. So shout out to being a big supporter in year 1. Hope you enjoy all the content in year 2. I also just wanted to shout out a couple of booktubers that supported my channel very early on. Michael from Fit to Be Read, I think tagged me in a video when I only had about 30 subscribers at the time, so I very much appreciated that. We've gone on to become great BookTube buddies. He has come on the channel and we recommended some modern and classic sci-fi books for you to read, so really appreciate that, Michael. And Andrew from Andrew's Wizardly Reads. I think he gave me a shout out on Discord when I only had like 70 subscribers. So I really appreciate how the BookTube community kind of supports each other, helps each other grow. Andrew's a great guy. If you like fantasy, he reads sci-fi as well, but if you like sci-fi and fantasy, definitely go check out Andrew from Andrew's Wizardly Reads. And so I wanted to pay that forward by recommending a couple of newer BookTube channels, starting with Back to Reading. On his channel, he talks about sci-fi and fantasy, and I'm really enjoying his reviews, so definitely go check him out. And then a second channel, which is quite a bit different, we have Mackenzie Kate. So I think she reads a little bit of sci-fi, but if you are interested in contemporary books or classics, she's got a range of types of videos, type of books that she talks about, and I think you'll enjoy her as well. Question number 8, what is your favorite book that you've read in the last year? So I'm going to go with Project Hail Mary by Andy Weir. And I know that's not the most hip answer. That is a very mainstream and popular sci-fi book, but I don't care. I think that book had incredible pacing. I thought it was very funny. It had some cool science and one of my favorite characters of all time. I absolutely loved The Martian, and Project Hail Mary might be even better. So it'll be interesting to see whether that wins my favorite read of the year for 2022. We have a few months left and some pretty big books on the schedule. So we'll see if Project Hail Mary can hold that spot, but for now, my favorite read of the year. Question number 9, where do you see your channel in a year's time and what do you hope to have achieved? So my main goal for year 2 is to grow and build this sci-fi community of ours, and I'm very excited to share my plans on exactly how I want to do that. But if you guys want some specific numbers, I don't talk a lot about stats on the channel, but let's throw some out there and we'll check back in a year's time to see how we did. If we could hit 5,000 subscribers and 200,000 views, I think that would be absolutely awesome. I'd love to see that enthusiasm for sci-fi books on YouTube. I think fantasy is a little bit bigger than sci-fi, so if we can help close that gap just a little bit, I think that would be a lot of fun. Question number 10, what was an unexpected surprise of being on YouTube? And I'm gonna have to say the book community itself, because I've had some other hobbies and I've been involved in sports communities, video game communities, and I've made a lot of friends, but in terms of the percentage of kind of negativity and things like that, it can be a little too high at times, and I found the book community to be very welcoming. The sense of camaraderie, the friends that I've made has been absolutely awesome to see, and yeah, can't wait to grow that even more in year 2. Question 11, what is the most useful piece of equipment you bought? So my setup consists of the green screen, microphone, tripod, camera, ring light, and my editing software. So I think if you're getting started, really all you need is decent video quality, decent audio quality. So if you have a smartphone with a decent camera, probably the one piece of equipment I'd recommend you buy is a microphone, and that's pretty much all you need to get started. And then after that, you can work on the other things to kind of come up with your own design, your own flavor, add your own personality to it, and grow your channel from there. Question 12, what is your advice for someone thinking of starting YouTube? So if you enjoy reading books and you've been thinking about starting a BookTube channel, I say go for it. The BookTube community is really welcoming, and try not to stress too much about your first few videos. Everybody improves over time, and you might find that it's not for you, or it's a little bit more time consuming than you thought, but if you're enjoying it, I think you're gonna have a lot of fun growing the channel, becoming a part of the community, and talking about some of your favorite books. And lastly, question 13, tag someone whose BookTube birthday is coming up. Well, I believe Baron from Your Brain on Books, Dan from Treebeard Book Reviews, and Ian from Ian the Reader all have BookTube birthdays in August and September. So happy early BookTube birthday, guys. Very much looking forward to seeing what you guys do in year 2. So there you go, guys. That is 1 year in the books for Words in Time. I really appreciate everyone that has joined me on this journey, and I'm excited to share more videos with you in year 2. Until then, you can find more sci-fi content over here.